Hello and welcome back to some more Pillars of Eternity.
Course.
Okay, so we just got a new friend and now we're ready to hit the inn and see if we can get a room, maybe a couple of drinks, get some friends. Hello?
Gods keep you.
Hello and welcome to the inn. The innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So, what do you like? I would like to know some more about Blackhound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but Blackhound's fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here too. A few of them we used to though, I'll admit. That is the big draw. I'm sure we'll get big crowds back again in no time. I used to work at the tables actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? Blackhound. Still sitting upstairs, panting after him. Poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have two available at the moment, I'm afraid. We can't offer much in way of good meals today, she sighs, unless you're fond of cold porridge. Let's see what you have for sale. Okay, so let's see. Ooh, potions. So this is instant. And this is over time. Interesting. But we can sell. I mean, why can't we just sell it all? Bam. Okay. So, only 205. Not what I hoped, but sure. Get I'm gonna get 2 potions, I think. I think that's okay. Like so. So let's see what we got here. Rooms. Inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider more expensive options. The bonus they provide lasts for as long time and affects the entire party. Okay, so we can get 2+ resolve for 2 rests, or perception and mechanics, or nothing. Interesting. Let's see. Recruit adventure. I believe you can make your own adventures to have in your party. We might come back to that. This is it. Retrain. And party management. Nice. Yes. Level up. Okay. So can get some movement. That's nice. And athletics, I think. Section again, 50 endurance, 45. So we get more healing. Nice. Okay, and then we have abilities. Interesting. Lay on hands. 2 per encounter. Target ally get plus. Oh, that's good healing. plus accuracy. This is an aura. Plus movement speed. Damage reduction. Ooh, lay on hands or focus. I think we're gonna go for the focus. Nice. Okay, what do you have? Lots of lore. That's good. We can give you one athletic just to give you the second win. And I think I'm gonna give you some mechanics. And we have 2 points, so we can give you that's just getting closer. Give you one of those and carry that over. Okay, so lots of spells. Let's see, we have 2 remaining. Let's see. Confusion, stuck, damage reduction, AoE burn over time, drain. That's not too bad. Blind, paralyze, and sickened. Ooh, that's not too bad. Caster gets 15% hits over the crits. AoE deflection to hits or critical hits. Necrotic lance, just straight up damage. Ray of fire, burn, and a beam. Bounce up to 3 times. Interesting. Freeze and blinded, AoE. Summon a weapon. Plus 5 accuracy. 3 movement speed. 20 defense. AoE. Pierce damage. Hobbled. Reduces movement speed. Shock damage. Which jumps. Prone. Damage reduction. And crush damage. So I think we're gonna go for this one and infuse vital essences. Like so. Done. Okay, so let's see what more is in here. Nothing much. No. And who are you then? Another fool come to answer Roderick's invitation? Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the boys were born. She had the only family I had left. Not sure where she is now. Blaze it, I need another drink. Oh. Thanks. As I have stated, not much is known about this group by the world at large because they don't welcome outsiders into their numbers. But many believe they are xenophobic and openly hostile to all who enter Ergnauf. Trust don't seem to be as broad or deadly. Interesting. Some coin. Oh. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. The voice from its past seemed to call out to you. Okay. You see a woman, emptying her satchel onto her bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potions, bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room, haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after another, carefully, deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has a clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it out once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes, of all semblance of order, and shoves everything she can in the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bear house. Straightening her back as she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. The gangly young elf offers his condolences, but you can't see him for the occasion ahead of her. She wanders the docks, offering her services as a doctor to anyone who will listens. Anyone heading out on high tides. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance. Tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. You see a group of young men standing around a makeshift practice target. This man stands in the middle of them, explaining the construction and use of a bow. He holds it up, pointing out each part as he speaks about it and what it does. He then walks away from the target, telling them to remain where they are. He takes his place about 200 feet away. He carefully lines up his shot, explaining what he's doing as it does, and lets the arrow fly. He hits the target dead center, much to the surprise and delight of the boys near it. He smiles, walking towards the boys, talking about proper stand and how to most efficiently hold the bow. Noise comes from the tree lines near the practice venue, and he stops, scanning the woods, blue eyes squinting amongst the sun. A shadow moves, making its way through the forest behind them. He draws an arrow and lines up a shot, carefully tracking the motion of the hidden creature. Losing the arrow, he wastes no time and quickly grabs another. The boy spins, watching the arrow fly into the forest, immediately lost amongst the trees. There is a sudden, explosive moment in the undergrowth as a deer erupts from the tree lines, running across the edge of the clearing. The boys laugh, turning to joke with the man about his lousy shot. They stop talking, seeing him holding the bow, leading the deer with an arrow. They drop to the ground as he loosens the last arrow, which flies through and strikes the deer right behind its shoulders, piercing heart and lung and dropping it dead almost immediately. The boys stare at the deer for a few seconds and then slowly turns to look at the man, newfound respect in their eyes. He smiles again and breathes a quiet sigh of relief. Huh. Interesting. I'm not really sure what we did, but grab a drink, friend. Not much else of worth in this town. Say the woman from Thane. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thane. Okay, sure. Let's see. That's. I'm guessing this means it's illegal to pick. 10 years of dawn. 10 years till the full loaf. And 10 years I told myself that living in St. Wade's footsteps would bring me rebirth. I'll keep those for later, I think. Let's see, is there anything in here? Oh,
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
perfect. A rapier, padded armor, and a hat. And on this desk, lockpicks. And dry woods, part 1. You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseous crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the appropriate brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists and feet, with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, 3 smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cracking. The trio position themselves in 3 parts of the room, where the tense nod they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all 3 slump to the ground in agony. That's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of an unconscious and impeccable force stunting out of key, whistle trailing behind him. You see an embryonic boy in chain, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in dark coat walks in, a scroll and oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him, expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limb hanging. The man tracks the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch at the quill, digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizards finish with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbol to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him on the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black holes, twitches growing into convulsive shakes. You see a long empty road cutting through 2 large crop fields. The air is silent and the land still seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously along, looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing at the air, her nose high. Her brows crinkle and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clean, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around. Confusion clouds her face, mounting a single word. Fire? She looks out across the field. Her confusion turns to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the field again. Not finding what she's looking for, she jumps onto the horse's back. The fear quickly becomes panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in expression side of her face as she stares at the burning and charred mess that used to be her family home. Tears well in her eyes, and she kicks again, racing to the rubber. So, hello. This hound stares intently at the covered window, the head cracked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. Looks up when you approach, and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Let's pet the dog. Dog tails thumps happily against the floorboards. I'm sorry, I don't think he's coming back. Dog whines softly again, head tilting. Well, you could come with me. Maybe we'll find him on the way. Dog's ears peek up. It trots over to you and barks happily. Okay, the black hound. In inventory. Oh, interesting. So now we have a dog. Huh. But yeah, I think perhaps something with the ritual made it so we can sense other people's soul. Something like that. Huh. Strange. But let's see what else is in here. We have temple, blacksmith, some homes, and windmill. Let's head over to the blacksmith and see if we could buy a new sword, or a hammer, or axe, anything two-handed. Hello. This mountain man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast grown muscles. Small airframes, square jawed face, contain a smeared snot, and arching tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome. You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? Is this your shop? That it is. Been here nearly 20 years now. Seems all manner of things over the years. Good luck and bad. He glances at the guard standing watch along the wall. But the Black Hammer smithy remains. Let's see what you have. Come to us in a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be. But we have fine weapon and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer. What happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now, and haven't seen a sight of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. My workers ran off with a wagon themselves, maybe, to make some coin. As if that's not what they're... He's right about the bandits. The dire situation in the village like this and the exodus to the city has created far too many opportunists. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for our supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'll be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. And it is... most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Raderick. He glances at the nearby guard. And that's as it should be, but it does leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. Where was this wagon traveling from? We send the wagon up to New Herman with weapons, and it swings round through Logholm and the like to purchase supplies. Shortest route back is through the Black Meadow, and then north through the wilds. He shakes his head. Had a trader come through with words that it made it to Logholm, but haven't heard a thing since. I'll find your supplies. then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back, and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find more workers, tell them to hurry it up. They can take up farming instead.
Hail, traveler.
I still want to see what you have. Let's see. You have some good items, but they cost far too much for me. But we have this great weapon. Might be interested in this. What else? Shield, breastplates, rings, and a belt. Rope and hook. Pry bar, camping supplies. What's this? Summon animats. Interesting. We can sell these and this, and only pay 20 for the sword. Perfect. And gonna equip this, or we're gonna unequip this and then equip it. Yes. You have your bow, that's good. Can I? No, that was wrong. Ah, yes, one more here, and then you can have one of this. Perfect, like so. And as we get our new sword, that will be it for this episode, folks. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks.